Hi there, I'm going to do a makeup tutorial just because I get so many comments and compliments on it. So I've showered and everything and done my hair. It's bright red right there because I just itched it. I have super sensitive skin. So the first thing that I'm going to use is my concealer. It's by Laura Mercier and it is 1.5, that's the color. With a tone or whatever. I get super redder on my nose. So I always start there. Sometimes I switch up concealers or they just discontinue them. So there was a different Laura Mercier concealer that I used to carry and I actually liked that one better, but I've had to transition to this one. And then of course it's always good to have your under eyes nice and bright. I usually try to, with my concealer and my powder, I try to go on the lighter end rather than darker, just because I can always use bronzer if I need to make it a little darker, or contour or whatever. But I'd rather, even when I'm tan, I'd rather my face be lighter than the rest of my body. I don't like when my face is super dark. And then from there, I use the Studio Fix by MAC, and it is, this color is C3. I've been using a brush for this, but I know that this kind of gives you better coverage. Sometimes I use that when I need it. There are a million different ways to do your makeup and different opinions on how to apply it. This is just how I do mine. I don't know if it's professional or whatever, but it works for me, so. Coffee is life, right? I need a latte in the morning, right? Okay. And then I like to contour just a little bit, very lightly. do my cheekbones. And up here, so it looks a little bit sun-kissed. The lighting looks kind of weird. It doesn't look, it looks different in the video. Then I like my blush too. Did I talk about the color of the bronzer? The bronzer is called Give Me Sun Mineralized Skin Finish by MAC as well. And then my blush is also by MAC. Oh my goodness, I can't read the color. It's lasted that long. It's called Pinch Me. Okay, I also like, I've had this forever, honestly. I was gonna say I can't tell you where it's from, but on the bottom it actually says it's from Icing. So it's Body Shimmer. I like to put a little bit of this on my cheeks and up here, just kind of where I've put the bronzer. Might be hard to see in the video, but I just like that. I like the little bit of shimmer. It looks a little bit more dewy. Whoops. The brushes that I use, honestly, I'm not super picky. I feel like you can get really nice brushes for not paying, you know, 40 bucks for a brush. I think that's a little ridiculous, but a couple of them are from MAC, and then others are just from the Beauty Expo in Las Vegas that I like to go to. If you're a cosmetologist, yeah, they just sell, I think I got this one there. They're just nice little brushes that are black and they match the rest of mine. Okay, next we'll do my brows. I love the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. I honestly think it's the only way to do it. I know that a lot of brow pencils will make it kind of smudgy, and this I feel like can do more like hair strokes. Speaking of hair strokes, they have that soft tap nowadays. I don't love permanent makeup, I'll be honest with you. I'd rather draw my brows in every day. They're not perfect, but you know, I still have hair there, so unless I'm totally bald, I'll be drawing them in. I just think it looks a lot more natural if you have the right pencil and just drawing them in versus the permanent makeup thing. I've seen a lot of permanent makeup just on my clients, and it just doesn't tend to look very natural, and the coloring even has, I feel like, an undertone of blue. So just my personal opinion. No offense if you got some done and that you love it, that's awesome. I would just prefer this. did I mention the color that brow is? It is taupe. I do get my brows waxed probably once a month and tinted as well, and that kind of helps because they are a little bit blonder, and it just helps with filling it in. I just feel like it looks nicer all around. It's not as much work to do when I color them. Okay, this is also by MAC, my eyeshadows are, and this color is called Cork. I like to put it right here in the crease. I don't use a primer for my everyday makeup. You totally can, and I probably should. It would probably look nicer, but I don't like to spend forever getting ready. And then the highlight I'm going to use is Rice Paper. That's usually all I'll do for my everyday makeup. You can definitely add a darker color on the outer, so I'll go ahead and do that today. This one's called Espresso. Yeah, I'll usually make this color a little bit more intense if I'm going out to dinner or something. And then sometimes I put a little bit of shadow under my eyes and sometimes I don't. I don't like eyeliner. Liquid eyeliner, whatever, I just don't like it. I just feel like it's too harsh of a line. And I do have eyelash extensions, which makes life a lot easier. And I just feel like when there's a harsh black line behind the lashes, it just kind of can make the lashes look thinner, or I don't know, it's just too harsh for me. So I'm going to use that Cork brown again for my underneath right there. What are you doing, Melly? You okay? And sometimes after you've done that underneath, you might feel like you need to add a little bit more of that highlight on the inner corners. Okay, and then I think that the final touch is just lip color. I love my lip color. I wear it every day. I just feel weird without it. So the lip color that I love this type of color, and I had a different one from MAC that I loved, and then they discontinued it. I don't get it. I don't know why they do that. I would think it's a very popular color, but one that is very similar to the one I used to love is called Morning Coffee. This is in a pencil that you have to sharpen. And you want a nice sharpener for this. You want a metal one because plastic ones just aren't strong enough to get through this because it's a little bit of, it's not wood, it's made out of plastic right there. So you need a stronger pencil sharpener. And I have a little bit of chapstick on my lips, so that's why I'm able to line it and then rub it in and everything. Yeah, you can do that as light or as dark as you like. I just love my lip color. Okay, so before I got started, I did put on just some moisturizer. It is Ultra Repair Cream Intense Therapy. This is just what I'm using right now. I could totally see myself switching it up. It's just this came with so much. It's lasted me forever. If I feel like my face looks a little dry, I do have sensitive skin, so this is really good too for sensitive skin. I mean, you saw I just itched and it just went bright red. My chest does the same thing. It's so fun. But yeah, I don't know what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, if my face is feeling dry, I just don't like how sometimes the powder can make your face look dry and it looks caked on, and that can look just, I don't know, I don't love it. I love how the dewy look, I like how when it looks dewy and not super dry. So if I'm feeling dry, I will, after I'm finished with my makeup, I'll go ahead and mist my face with this, just a little MAC finisher. It's called Fix Plus. And that kind of makes sure that my face doesn't look dry and flaky. And I always like to make sure that my bangs are over directed. So that's it. I hope that you liked this video, and if you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks.